How is it that when you're writing for Marianas Trench, you're basically writing on your own, and yet you've done a lot of writing with other people? How do those conditions differ?
Um, when writing for our band, those are songs that I'm writing for me, and I'm doing what I want to do with them and what we want to do with them. Whereas when you're writing for another artist, it's an interesting challenge because you're not writing for what you want artistically. You're writing for what somebody else wants artistically, or half the time for what like a record label wants commercially. Right. You know what I mean? Rather than artistically. So it definitely differs. But I also find that there's a great challenge in writing. Writing for somebody else or with somebody else, because you have to get into their mindset, and you don't want it to sound like, from my perspective, if I'm writing a song for whomever, I don't want it to sound like a Marianas Trench song. I want it to sound like that guy's song, right? So that ends up being a really challenging and interesting writing exercise, and then you end up sort of working in a lot of different genres and stuff. So you have to sort of pick up tricks for different genres, and then those are all tools that I can add to my kit to bring back to the band.
Right. Well, certainly that happened when you worked with Danny Fernandez with "Hit Me Up" and "Belly." That's like a completely different kind of side that you don't really see so much with Marianas Trench.
Yeah, that was fun. That was really fun. I was never originally supposed to actually sing on it. It was like Danny and I were just sort of emailing song ideas back and forth, and I think he just liked how the chorus sounded with my voice in it, so we just kind of left it.
It's a great piece of work. One of the ones I love, this is going back to Marianas Trench, is "Here's to the Zeros." I thought that was one of the most amazing kind of statements about here's the predicament of being a rock star. I'm a rock star, and I'm in this crazy predicament as a writer as well. I mean, it just seemed like this really beautiful, ironic encapsulation of the whole thing.
Well, thanks. I sort of, when you're always hustling in your career, and like you're always working towards something. We've never had this big huge break. We've had sort of a series of small victories and near escapes, and I kind of felt like it seemed like the industry is turned so clean cut pop, just that whole airbrush Disney star thing, and that's just not me, man. So I was like, either I can try and be a pop star, or I can just do what I do, and I'm just gonna do it anyway. Besides, isn't it time for someone to bring back the real rock star?